Okay, so we've got Dee Caffari on the line for a quick update from Lisbon at the end of leg one. Just had her practice import race today. Dee, how's it going?
It's all good. The temperature's dropped in Lisbon, but it's still dry. And we've had some good breeze, and the good breeze is forecast again on Friday with some strong tide. So it's quite a tactical import race. But then again, Sunday we're off and we're heading south to where the butter melts. So it's all good for leg two.
Where the butter melts. 7,000 miles from 700 nautical miles from Alicante to Lisbon. We talked to you, of course, in Lisbon a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I think it was now, and you were on the way to Alicante for the start of that race. Just review leg one. I heard you say gutted was your immediate reaction.
Yeah, well, it was an amazing leg, actually. Really good racing. We were in amongst the fleet. We only had half a day where we split from the pack. Otherwise, we had boats in sight the whole way, which shows we're on the pace. And unfortunately, the end placing, so we came seventh out of seven boats, which is why I said gutted when everybody said, how do you feel? It doesn't really reflect the race we had. We were a lot closer, and we literally had a 400-mile two-boat test with Brunel. We were within a mile of each other for 400 miles, 2 days. And unfortunately, they were floated across the finish line in pretty much no breeze just 5 minutes before us. So a little bit upset about that. I thought we could get them. The day before the finish, we were ahead of them, but it wasn't to be. So next time, onwards and upwards, leg two, here we come.
Absolutely, because, on those boats, we've got women, your friends on almost every boat, right? I mean, there are all those women you know so well, and you want to get the better of those too. But you had Annie Lush, of course, and Abby Ayla on Team Brunel. So when they did get the better of you, you probably thought, oh, revenge is sweet.
It will be. I hope so. I did see them in the Sailors' Terrace when we were having our beer and burger when we arrived. And I just said, I feel like I've seen you for the last few days, but hello anyway. Because we were literally side by side all for 2 days.
Yeah, it was really exciting watching you. As you say, the result didn't reflect actually how close that race was. And so that's under your belt. As you say, onwards and upwards now. You leave on Sunday for Cape Town, 7,000 nautical miles ahead of you. What have you taken away so far from in terms of this new crew being educated in the ways of the Volvo Ocean Race, Dee? I know it's early days, but I'm sure lessons every day.
Completely lessons every day, how we sail the boat, what sails we're using to sail the boat. But the biggest thing that's going to be so funny this next leg, some of my crew, the longest they've been at sea is 6 days, which was leg one. They're now about to go on the boat for 3 weeks. 21 days is the ETA for Cape Town. And they're now going to find out what it's like being on a Volvo Ocean Race boat. But this leg is hard, it's got everything in it. We start with some good downwind sailing for a good send-off. We get into the trades, the temperature increases, we float around in the doldrums, have a little bit of everything there, head down south, and then we get a little bit of the Southern Ocean before we head into the Cape Town finish. So it really is everything in one leg. So it's going to be a bit of a baptism of fire, but this will be the big test to see whether they like it or not.
Absolutely. And what have you learned about each other on this first leg when you're actually in real race mode? All the practice and the preludes were over. This was the real thing. What did you learn about each other?
I was really impressed with the intensity. They're competitive by nature, this crew, and they're enjoying it. They genuinely are enjoying it, and that heartens me. They see them grow before me. They want to try things. They're determined to prove a point. And, I think they deserve it. And I really want to give them their chance to shine. So I just want to make it happen.
And, of course, we mustn't forget the all-important message that you're taking with you all the way around the world. And, indeed, the other boats are carrying that hashtag as well. Turn the tide on plastic. And that is going to be an important campaign with each stopover then. Dee, give us an idea of what that involves for you when you get on shore.
Well, it's really big now, and it's fantastic. We've got partners on board from the UN Environment, Mirpuri Foundation, Ocean Family Foundation, and now we've got Sky Ocean Rescue come on board with us literally the day before we left Alicante. So everyone's heart is for ocean health and to try and make a difference. And obviously our focus is on plastic, and in particular the single-use plastic. So we're just trying to educate and change people's behaviours in all the stopovers. And of course, we've got to practice or live by what we preach. And we all make mistakes because, the world isn't set up for that. And we're trying to challenge consumers, manufacturers and industry leaders to try and make the change. So it's easier for us to, live without single-use plastic. So it's a challenge. It's huge. But if we all make one little change, the impact is massive.
Absolutely. All right. Well, the race ahead leaves Lisbon there on Sunday, but first the import race on Saturday. We'll be following you, of course, very closely with the Volvo Ocean Race coverage, and of course on that tracker that is a total addiction. Dee, it's all your fault. You got me going on this.
I know productivity may drop for the next 9 months in most office workplaces, but it's worth it. Trust me. I'll keep you entertained as we go.
I know you do. It's been wonderful to follow you. Look forward to the next leg there all the way to Cape Town. Stay safe, all of you, and have the very best time. And we look forward to catching up with you in Cape Town, Dee. And thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We always appreciate it.
No worries. It's always a pleasure, and I'll catch up from Cape Town.